This flower was drooping really badly. This bouquet was dried by just hanging it upside down. Same with all of these flowers. See, they don't open up in the same way. And every flower, even if dried in the silica bead gels, you're still gonna have a little wrinkling on the petals, but they are beautiful. Good morning. It's springtime. We're about to have tons of flowers in the yard, and so I wanted to do a video celebrating spring and this new floral bouquet that I got, and the roses started to droop, so I had to find a way to stand them back up again to make them last just a little bit longer. I hope it's not rude to ask, but if you like this video, would you please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment? My channel's getting a fewer less likes than it used to. Makes it a little difficult to want to continue, so if you do like it, please let me know. Thanks so much. Here's me with the flower truck. I got the bouquet that I'm about to show you from a local flower company called Uproot Flower Company. They have the most cute little truck that they have turned into a flower delivery sort of vehicle. They actually tow it everywhere because it's really a golf cart with a truck back on the end, and they've built little holes in it to hold all the buckets of flowers, and it is the cutest thing. A few minutes ago I hung this flower up because I thought maybe it was time to dry it, but instead I think I'm going to wire it so it stands up straight. This flower was drooping very badly, so I decided to wire it. Let me show you how I do that. I just woke up, so I sound a little rough, I'm sorry. Sometimes I dry flowers. This is a dried flower that I dried in silica gel. You have to take the stems off, otherwise you'd use so much silica gel it wouldn't be cost effective. But this is what they look like if you dry them when they're at their perfect stage. When they're not at their perfect stage, or it's a dark colored flower like this one, it's just gonna turn black. So there's really no point. I can also wire these guys that are starting to droop. This one I think is past its prime stage, but I still want it to stand up. Here's how I wire it. I have more videos on drying flowers. If you'd like to see them, I will post links at the end of the video. But see this wire? It's very stiff. It's called stem wire. And it's got 30 pieces and 20 gauge. I got it from the craft supply store, and I've bent the package to make it fit my storage. So I have stabbed this little wire into the side of the underneath that thick part right under the rose, and I'm pushing it in, and where it sticks out the other side, you can just leave it sticking out there. Nobody's gonna see that. And then, so you don't hurt the rose too much, you gotta bend that wire down over your thumb and then hold it together. I'm pinching it with one hand, and then I'm just gonna wrap. And you don't have to use the whole wire. If you have wire trimmers, you can trim off the rest. All my wire trimmers are now up at the art studio, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it like so, all the way down. And now my rose stands up straight. Let's put it back in with these guys. There we go. And now to fix these two. 3. I can count, really. Oops, I forgot to trim off the end. Make sure I can get some water still. Looks fresh. This is a 3-headed rose. Ow! That was a thorn. See? Trick with wire is that if you bend it back and forth in one spot enough times, the wire will break. It's just how wire works. Come on. It starts to harden up at the spot where you're bending it. It'll eventually break. I'm sure you've done this with a paper clip before. It's taking an awful long time. Oh, that's some stretchy wire. This is the stretchiest wire ever, and I couldn't break it. And I don't have my wire cutters here, so we're just gonna go ahead and use it. I've got a small flower here, so I don't need to push it as far through. Just let it stick out a little bit on the other side. That's where the wire's coming through right here. Gotta be careful, this stem is very fragile. We don't want to hurt the flower any more than we need to. There, we're gonna straighten it up and just bend it up. Why are you disagreeing with me today? There we go. See, one's straight and the others are hanging still. Straighten up the next guy the same way. There we go. I'm gonna pick off the hanging leaves. Petals, actually. Got a wire through this one now. And I'm gonna hold that wire. It's a little trickier because I'm having to feed it through to get it to the back side. Pinch it. It is trickier with the three-headed rose because you've got less room to work. Oh. And the stem is so fragile. Just gonna snip some off to make it easier. Now I'm gonna use the end piece to just pull it back up. There we go. Now I just need to hide this wire or cut it off. I'm gonna hide it underneath. 2 up, 1 down. I'm gonna use a shorter piece of wire now because I only have this much room to wrap. There it goes, the wire came all the way through the other side and it's up here. Just gonna give it a little wrap around the stem. Fix this one up a little bit. Give it a little. Okay. There, you can make your fresh bouquet look like it's lasting a little bit longer. This is one of those blooming flower teas that just refuse to bloom. Just gonna fish out some of the extra leaves. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. As an update on my video on how to use a honey dipper, cascading the honey down like this works. And then when you want the honey to stop coming off the honey dipper, you just twist it and carry it back over, no mess. I made this little honey pot in my pottery studio. And I made that basket. Isn't that pretty? That's from one of those basket kits you can get online.